Good morning. Sample Sunday, September 8th, 2024, in the San Gabriel, particularly Arcadia, San Marino, Hastings, France. San Gabriel area in Los Angeles County under the Wilson Telescopes Observatory. It's a mixed bag of things today as I park in this lot here. And seeing people don't even know where to park, and they got hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of spaces, and people still park like they not knowing where they want to go. Stopping traffic. You really don't know where to go when you're in a place early with all these parking spaces. Well, anyway, I'm eating a new sandwich. Croissant, egg, and cheese from Panera, and my normal Madagascar. That was hindsight the other day. I guess you can say there was hindsight, or I had hindsight, or maybe I'm not saying it right, about Kroger and Albertson. Kroger taking over Albertson with so many millions and billions of dollars. Well, I forgot to say that Albertson also owns Vons. They also own Pavilions Market. And they also own a few of the Safeways, or maybe all of the Safeways. Even though they haven't approved of the merger yet, it sounds like they might. But some of the stores I know about, I've never been to, but I know that they are near major museums. And one of them is on, I said two of them. One is on Fairfax, if you know anything about Wilshire and Fairfax, 3rd and Fairfax, 6th and Fairfax, 3rd Street. And you lived in the LA area proper, you know what I'm talking about. La Brea Tar Pits. These markets are near the Peterson Automotive Museum, and there's a Mocha, I believe, right near there. Not too far away is the mall, the big mall there. I forget the name of it, but it's a very big mall there. And it looked like those are Vons, not necessarily Albertson, or it's a mix. Well, anyway, there's 63 stores that they have to get rid of to make this merger, or the process, or they have to do this to make this merger. And all of them in California, all these listed. That means 15 Albertsons they have to get rid of. Some in Huntington Beach. 31 Vons. And I did mention the one on 3rd Street. And Safeways. And also the Bay Area. So Kroger merger and all those markets are closing. Now what does that say? That say that the competition, if they keep the same name, I don't think there will be any competition at all, because a lot of these markets are going to close. They're going to change name. They'll probably build some apartments on some of these places, new condos. And of course, they're going to move around and displace a lot of the employees that live there. So it's going to be interesting to see the problems that we still face and going to the market, that we're going to have to probably drive farther out just to go buy food. Farther out, when that's the big story about building up the economy in certain cities. Well, enough of them. I just read some about Carnival. Carnival, they're still talking about the itineraries that have been canceled, even up until the day of embarkation. That means getting on a ship, getting on the cruise liner, and they broadcast that they're not going to be going to any ports. You know, when you spend a lot of money, I guess you do have a reason to be all upset, because your itinerary, your trip, you plan to go to these specific islands or countries, and then it's going to be changed. I've only been through a little bit of it, but Carnival, it seems like, because they're so big, is it because they're so big now that they can just do what they want to do? Make people seem like they probably shouldn't be on the cruise ship, giving people like me a bad taste in the mouth, thinking something that's probably not true. Maybe some of it is. But when a corporation that big is still making those kind of changes at the last second. Now, also, being a new cruiser myself, has this been always going on? I never paid any attention until I just started cruising the last 5 years. Has this always been going on? We have enough problems in delayed airplane flights. We have all those kinds of problems. Let alone some people have to travel by air, and that's probably why I does not trust the system right now myself. I'll try to do the cruise port close to home. I don't want to fly anywhere. You get there, maybe the ship cancels while you're getting there. It doesn't matter whether you have the insurances necessary. It's the point that you have to make changes. Now, normally, I have backup. I drive a lot. That's my backup. So if a cruise is canceled because of port changes, or they decided not to do anything and I have to fly back, at least I'll be covered somewhat. But when you look like half the ship is calling them out on it, why are you doing that? Why is it necessary? A lot of people want to change their itineraries on their own. There are a lot of places to go. Now, I know that sometimes you can cover more territory, and that's my plan, to go in places that you normally cannot go because it costs too much to just take flights here and there. So if you can get 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 places out of the way, and you don't travel that much, and you want to travel the world, then that's what you would do. Otherwise, you just won't go. Now, on the other hand, if you are a cruiser and you do it all the time, then maybe that doesn't affect you at all because you're used to all these changes that are taking place. All these changes that are taking place, and it doesn't really matter. I never ate this one before, I don't believe. It's just a croissant, egg, and cheese from Panera. Maybe I should take a bite, just for insurance. I know on a cruise I had last year with going to Alaska for the first time, we couldn't land because of the wind. And also I've been on cruise ships where there was a wind in the sea. Boat, should I say cruise ship instead of boat, shaking and everything. However, I can look back and still say I knew ahead of time, way ahead of time, that I wasn't going to go anywhere when my first major, really big cruise was canceled. I didn't feel anything because I couldn't go nowhere, no way. And that was when the pandemic first started. So I had to bring that up because that is my experience. However, again, us as consumers sometimes must realize we're going to have to make hard choices. Are we going to keep cruising? Are we going to keep flying? Are we going to keep driving? The buses are no longer here. If you're a major United States traveler, you don't care about going to any other countries. But are you really prepared to give up travel? Because things like this do damper the whole travel experience. Some people can just get up and go, don't think nothing about it. But if you're the type of traveler, small but mighty, you know where you want to go. It's not necessarily a dream trip, but you do want to go there. And all of a sudden it's canceled for whatever reason. Maybe the country or the city don't want ships there anymore. Maybe the tax is too high. Maybe because there's too much trouble at that place. Those are choices we have to think about whenever we go anywhere, because we never know what's going to happen. So yeah, it could be that Carnival is too big for their own britches just because they can. Is britches the right word? I don't know. Well, I'm saying it anyway. It's archaic. Yeah, probably so. But yeah, we're gonna have to make strong decisions. Do you still want to travel Carnival? Never been on Carnival. I've thought about doing it just once. But it doesn't look good at all if all you hear is Carnival. And there are a lot of other ships out there, but it seems like Carnival is having the most problems. They are setting the example for the other cruise lines to do whatever they have to do to keep service going, to keep people happy. And evidently, a lot of people are not happy. It's best to reserve your judgment on what's going on about the people that travel with you, because it's not necessarily their fault. This is Robin Shop. I'll see you in my next video. Madagascar latte.